Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a small tutorial for my watercolor kits that are in my Etsy shop. I'm going to start with this one here and we're going to work through it, and then I'll be doing the other ones in later videos. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be working with this one here with all of the mushrooms. In your kit, you do get the 5 different prints to work with, a practice sheet, and then also a watercolor dots page. The watercolor, let me move that over. The watercolor that I decided to use is Daniel Smith, and I really like the way that it mixes, and I think it's just a really good quality watercolor. So I have a little jar of water, and just to activate these, you can get an eyedropper, and you can add a little bit of water to each of those, like so. The other option is to use the water brush that does come with the kit. It is a number 6 brush, and all you have to do is take the lid off. It will come with a stopper here at the top, and then you just put this under your faucet and you fill it with water. You can see that I have some water in it right now. And then you're just going to twist this on counterclockwise, and you're going to be all good to go. Now I wouldn't tighten this too tight. Like, don't like drill it down. Don't screw it on too tightly. You do want to kind of keep a loose fit there. And then you just push the water, and then you can activate by dropping a little dot of water to each of these that way as well. So those are the 2 options that you have when it comes to activating the watercolor. I like the eyedropper approach. I feel like I can just get one little drop on each, and it helps activate those colors for you. So I'm going to start in with this, and I'm going to actually use the Moon Glow. I'm going to get a little bit of that, and you can see that it is kind of a bluish gray color. Maybe a little bit of purple in there too. And then I'm just going to go over this. Now, so one of the things that I do recommend is that you tape it down. You can either use washi tape or painter's tape. Either will work. And I'm going to go ahead and pull over my washi tape that I have on my desk. And I think I'm going to use this one here. And I got this dispenser off of Amazon. Okay, so there, now I have it taped all the way down. I do provide this practice sheet so that you can work with mixing or blending or anything like that you want to do. And I'm just going to go in on the house itself and add a layer of the Moon Glow. This doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of like if you're just coloring something in, to be honest. You are coloring in this space with the Moon Glow color. And remember, if you're wanting to add more water, you just give your paintbrush a little squeeze. Okay, So now I just have that base paint down. It will dry pretty quickly because I didn't use a lot of water. But I am going to go into the other mushrooms. Now, I took these colors and I made myself some swatches here. You can do the same thing on your practice paper if you want to, or you don't necessarily have to, because once you kind of push these around, you can see the color come through. And so then you're able to use this part kind of as a palette. You can fill in that square. So you don't necessarily have to take the paint and make swatches when you can just do it on here. Completely up to you. But the reason I recommend this is because you have dots of paint that you can use, and you want to make sure, of course, that you use it a little sparingly, because you don't necessarily, have more to, like, you don't have another tube. I'm going to dab some of that off so that I can get some of the white of the mushroom underneath. I'm going to use some of this yellow. So this is the sunburst color, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this down onto the stem. And the stem is going to be a little bit brighter. Let's get a little bit more. There we go. And then I'm just going to go in the middle of each of these, so it kind of has a pattern here, and I'm going to go in the middle and add a little bit more of the pure color there. And then with that, I'm going to add some of the Foxglow. So the great thing about kind of dabbing this water off is that now I've got the white surface again, and I can add this over that. And I'm just going to leave a little bit so it kind of looks a little textured. A little bit of that white coming through. Okay, so there is mushroom number one. I'm going to do the door with this sugarberry color. And I really didn't rinse the yellow and orange out. If you want to do that, all you have to do is squeeze and pull the brush back and forth, and it will clean the brush for you. I like it when the colors mix, so you have a variety of colors kind of playing off of each other on the artwork. But it's definitely going to be a preference there. For the window, I'm going to go back to this Moon Glow, and I'm going to put it like a dark window there. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same over here just to keep that consistent. Okay, I'm going to pull some of it away. Okay, all right, good deal. Okay, so so I'm going to use that same sugarberry, and I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to accent just some of these shingles on the roof. So not all of them. but some of them. And they can be next to each other or far apart, but it'll just look like they have different colored shingles. So that gives it just a little bit more interest, I feel like, adding in some of those different colored shingles. I'm going to go back then on the door. And just go over that a little bit, just so that they complement each other. Next, I'm going to go into Sprightly. Now, Sprightly is my purple color. And I'm going to do the mushroom over here to the left. Purple. And then I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to dab that a little bit so that it picks it up just like I did at the top. And then I'm going to put the purple a little bit darker right underneath the button of the mushroom so that it looks like there's some dimension there. Okay. I'm going to go back with the Moon Glow and do the same underneath the shingles. And underneath the window, so it looks like a shadow there. Okay, all right, I've got 2 more mushrooms on this side, and what I'd really like to do is kind of balance the colors a little bit here. However, I do want to bring in the willow color. This is a like a mossy green, almost a little bit teal. I'm going to take the Foxglove and I'm going to put it just at the bottoms of these little cutouts here in the mushroom. Okay, and then I'm going to add some of that Foxglove down here on the stem. Okay. All right, I'm going to grab my clover. There we go. Now the clover is a little bit darker, as you can see, and I'm going to put that along the base as this grass that is kind of here and there. And it doesn't have to be like specifically in the grass blades or anything like that. You're just kind of giving it the idea, and then when you get down here, just kind of run your brush in kind of a like a wonky way, so it doesn't have like a specific direction, and then you will get that kind of sketchy look that a lot of watercolors get in a very simple way. So I don't know if you can see that. I think the water is shining just a bit, but there you can see it. When the water dries a little bit, I think you can see it a little better. So I have one more to do in the back, and I'm going to focus on this lunar color. So again, this is like a, It's definitely the blue color within the bunch. It almost has a midnight or navy look to it. And I'm going to add it to this mushroom in the back here. And I'm going to push this up so that I can not get my hand in it. And then I'm going to kind of not do this so perfectly. This is called Scumbling, and you're not necessarily making like a flat wash. You're kind of moving your brush around a bit all over that area that you want to do. And then same thing with this. So I want some of those white parts showing so that it almost looks speckled in a way. So it almost has like this blue navy, almost like a stone color look. I'm going to get this fairy gold, and I'm going to go back in with the fairy gold, and I'm just going to let that kind of bleed in. So it'll kind of mix and work its way through. I really like that a lot. That's so fun. And then I'm going to take that gold and I'm going to put it on these wooden planks that are used for the window. Okay. One last thing that I want to do is use this fairy gold color and go back in on some of these shingles and give them a little bit of gold. It'll just give it that iridescent look and feel. It's a little harder when you get to the little ones at the top, but you just kind of, you know, make your way up to the top. And then that ties in that gold to this as well. And then the one last thing that I'm going to do with the fairy gold is go to these stones, and I'm just going to put in a drop of the fairy gold. Let's do the doorknob and the hinges and around there. Okay. All right, and I am finished. Okay, so after you're done, of course, you can peel off the paint, or I'm sorry, peel off the washi tape. Good to go. Thanks for watching, and I will be doing some of the other paintings as well in some upcoming videos, so be on the lookout for that. Until next time, bye!